Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hussein and Amina, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Okay, Alhamdulillah. So, Amina and Hussein, we're going to be starting our first class today of Arabic. And we're going to be doing Sarf as our first Arabic science. So, I'm going to do an introduction for you. You should have the papers in front of you that I printed out that I'm going to be going through. But what I want you to do is just focus on me teaching. You don't need to write anything down because I've already typed all of this up for you. But it will only make sense once I've explained it. So once I've explained it, you'll be able to go afterwards, and then you need to memorize it afterwards. The whole point of this class is by the time we have the next class, I'll test you on how much you understand. Is that clear? Can you understand? Okay, so focus now, please. Concentrate on me on the screen, please. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so you should have this document in front of you. Can you see? Have you got this one in front of you? Introduction to Arabic Linguistics.
Yeah. Yes.
So this document, you don't need to do anything with it right now, but when I finish today's class, you should be able to go through this and it should make a lot of sense to you. All right? So the first thing is, let me just introduce Arabic language and the two main sciences that you will need to study, and I'll be teaching you, inshallah. So the first one, so Arabic has lots of sciences or sub-subjects that make up Arabic language. But the two that are instrumental, are very important, are, one is called Nahaw. In Arabic, we call it Nahaw, right?
So,
And the other one, that's right. And the other one is called Sarf. So this in Arabic is called Nahaw, and the second one is called Sarf. That makes sense?
yes.
Now, Sarf is the one that we're going to be focusing on for now. We're going to get to Nahaw later on. But Sarf has two. Sarf is basically the main difference between these two is Sarf is dedicated to changes that happen within a word. So if we have a word, so you're going to no. So you see this word. Read this word for me, Amina.
Darab.
Dara.
Daraba.
Good. Daraba. Now you see this word. If we change it, we can change the meaning. If I change this to, and I add an alif at the start, and I change it to this, we're saying, what does that say?
Adab.
Ad.
Oh, adribu.
Adribu. Now can you see that daraba is the same in both?
Yes.
All I've changed is I've added an alif at the start, and I've made the dad sakin, and I've changed some of the harakas. But the basic word is the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, this is the type of change that Sarf tells you about. So in Sarf, we learn how individual words change and how those changes impacts the meaning. Does that make sense? Nahaw is not concerned about individual words. Nahaw is concerned about how different words interact with each other to make up sentences. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So for example, we have a simple sentence, Ana qa'imun, right? Can you see that? This is one word, Ana. This is a second word, qa'imun. Now, Nahaw tells you when Ana and qa'imun come together like this, what do these two words mean? So Nahaw is concerned about how words interact with each other. Sarf is concerned about what?
How words change.
How words change. How words change. So Sarf doesn't tell you anything about beyond that word itself. So Sarf won't tell you what happens if daraba comes in a sentence at the start, at the end. What happens? It doesn't. It's not concerned about that. So Sarf is concerned with about the word. Nahaw is concerned about the sentence. You can think of it like that. Does that make sense? That's the first thing to bear in mind. So if I ask you next week what Sarf is, you would say Sarf is one of the sciences of Arabic that's concerned with how words change. Good, good. Make sense? How do you understand that? You got it? Next. So if I quickly go through this, you can see here, Arabic has two main sciences. Hussein, you can read this.
Arabic has two main sciences that help us understand how words and sentences are formed. Number 1, Sarf, the science of how letters combine to form words. Example, the word kataba, he wrote, shows how the letters gaf, da, and ba form a verb.
Perfect. Good.
The science of how words combine to form sentences. Example, in الولد كتب الكتاب, the boy wrote the book. Nahaw explains the sentence structure.
So can you see here? You don't need to worry about this sentence. Obviously, you won't. It doesn't mean anything to you because I haven't taught you the science. But can you see how Nahaw has got 3 words in the sentence? Nahaw tells you why walad ends in a dhamma. See, it's al-waladu.
Yeah.
Why it's not walada or waladi. Kataba. So Nahaw tells you how all of these words interact and how they impact each other. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You know, when you wrote Nahu, the Arabic, when you said example in, it's wrong. Because it's the wrong way around. Like if you read it, it says kitab and walad at the end.
No. In English we no. Okay, good point. Good observation. In Arabic we always write right to left. In English we always write left to right.
I know. So yeah. So if I'm reading it right to left, then it
In
starts.
Arabic,
Yeah,
so
it starts with kitab.
no. In Arabic you start right on the right, so you start with the word walad.
Yeah. On ours it starts with katab. Yeah, he's right, brother. Kitab.
In your Arabic.
Yeah, look here. It says kitab. Yeah.
Look on my screen. What does it say?
Yeah, it says walad in your screen. Look, it says
All right, so your notes are wrong. Okay, don't worry. I'll correct that later. No problem. But my screen is correct. Your notes are wrong. Good observation. Okay, next. So now we know what sarf. Now we know what sarf is. Let's dig down into sarf a little bit more. Okay. So
next sheet.
Sorry.
Next sheet.
Don't worry about your notes. Just concentrate on my screen. Okay, look here now. Now sarf. There's 3 types of words. 3 types of words that make up the Arabic language. Like 3 categories of words. Right? The first is called a ism. In Arabic we call it ism, and that means a noun. You know what a noun is, both of you?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Well, in English or Arabic?
In English.
Person, place, thing, or idea.
Good. A noun, the key thing about a noun is it has a meaning without a time period. Does that make sense? So for example, the word Hussein is your name, Hussein. Now that points to you, isn't it? That points to the person Hussein. But is there any time in it?
No.
No. The word ball, that's the name of the ball, but does it have any time in it?
No.
No. The next word is in Arabic we call it fi'al. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a verb. Now, can you tell me what that might mean? So same as before, it has a meaning. But what also will it have?
Time.
And a time period, yeah. Now, how many time periods are there?
A lot.
So there are 3 main time periods. What are they?
You mean morning, afternoon?
No, like as in like, so one's past,
past, present, future.
Present and future. So a verb is different to a noun because like a noun, a verb has a meaning, but it also has a time period. So we had the word a second ago, daraba. Now daraba means he hit. Now the word, there's a meaning here of hitting.
Yeah.
And there's also in the word hit, we also know this is what type of period? Time period? Past, exactly. Does that make sense? So for something to be a verb, there has to be a full meaning and there has to be a time period.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
The last category of words in Arabic is called a harf. Harf. In Arabic, you write it like this. Harf. Yeah? And in English, we call this a particle. And the definition of a particle is a word without a complete meaning on its own. That makes sense? So a noun had a complete meaning, but it had no time. A verb has a complete meaning and a time, and a harf doesn't have a complete meaning. It has a meaning but not complete. For example,
Still have the time.
no, it has no time. So look, the word min means from. Now, if I just said to you from, does that have a complete meaning?
No.
What would you need to know? What would you say? Ask me.
Like from where?
From where and what's from where? You'd want to know what happened before and what happened afterwards, right?
Yeah.
So this is called a particle. Particles basically join verbs and nouns together in English. So if I said to you in, you would say, what about in? And I said the boy is in, and then you'd say what?
Yeah.
If I said the boy is in, what would you then say to me?
The boy is in what?
Exactly. So you need more information for that in to make sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So all of Arabic will fall into one of these. All Arabic words will either be nouns, they will either be verbs, or they will be particles, or in Arabic harf. Yeah, that makes sense now. And you need to learn these Arabic terms: ism, fi'al, and harf. So if I say to you ism, you should think noun, fi'al verb, harf
Particle.
particle. Good girl, well done. Now look back at the notes. Hussein, Amna, you can read.
The types of words in Arabic. The Arabic language consists of 3 types of words. Verbs. What? Al-afil. Words that
Al-fi'al.
al-fi'l. Words that include a sense of time and describes actions. Example: Daraba, he hit, indicates an action in the past. Nouns. Al-ism. Words that name things without a sense of time.
Like qurra.
Example: Qurra, ball, names an object. Particle, al-harf. Words that make sense when connected to other words. Example: fi'in or alan or ala, on. Need other words to complete their meaning.
Good. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Leave the exercises. You can do those later when you go through the notes, inshallah. Now, okay, so now we've learned 2 things. We've learned Arabic is made up of what are the main 2 sciences of Arabic language, you're saying?
Sarf and Nahaw.
Good. What's Sarf, Hussein mainly concerned with?
How words change.
Fantastic. Amina, what's Nahaw?
How sentence structure. Is it like how letters form words?
No, that's Sarf. Nahaw is concerned with how different words interact with each other.
Like, so basically sentence structure.
Like you said, yeah. So basically, for now, you can think of it as how sentences are formed. Okay, good. And then how many types of words make up the Arabic language categories, you're saying?
3.
Ism. What's an ism?
A noun.
What's a noun?
A noun's a person, place, thing, or idea.
But from the Arabic, how I defined it, it's a word that has.
It's a word that has meaning but no time.
Now, I never wrote this word, but think of it as complete meaning, because that's the difference between a noun and a particle. A particle doesn't have a
complete meaning.
Complete meaning. It does have a meaning, but not complete. So, but a noun has a complete meaning, but doesn't have time. What's a verb, Amina? Definition?
A verb is a complete meaning with a time period.
Fantastic. And Hussein, harf?
A harf is a particle, so it's a complete meaning, but with no. It's a partial meaning with no time period.
Incomplete meaning. Well done. Good. Now, okay. So now let's go a little bit further now. So now we know what sarf is. We know the different types of words that make up sarf. Now I'm going to introduce something really important. Okay, so Arabic language, unlike English, is made up, sorry, not made up, is words are constructed from root letters, right? This is really important, and it's why that Arabic language is so rich, because you can do so much with it. So, for example, in English, you know the word ball,
Yeah.
right? It's made up of 4 letters in it, B-A-L-L. These letters together, when they're in this order, they mean they mean what we've just said, ball, right? But if I said to you, but does the B on its own have any significance, or the A on its own have any significance to this word?
No.
Hussein, do you understand?
Yeah.
Because they only make nobody would say the B has any particular significance in this word, right?
Yeah.
It's just together they mean something. Arabic words have root letters. So what's a root letter? There are 3 main root letters in the Arabic language. The first root letter, second, and third. Now, obviously, Arabic is written right to left. So the one on the far right will be called the first one. Second will be the middle one, and the third will be the last one, right to left. Yeah. In Daraba, what's the first root letter?
Go.
Dod, Dod. And we call the first root. We don't call it first root letter. In Arabic, they call the first root letter. It's got a name. It's called the fa kalima. Can you see that?
Yeah.
The ra, in this case, in the word daraba, the ra is called the second root letter, and we call this the ain kalima.
Ain.
You get that, Hussein?
Yeah.
And the last one, which we can call in English the third root letter. In Arabic, they call it the lam kalima. Lam kalima. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, both of you?
Yeah.
I'll say it again. Arabic is made up of words that are constructed from root letters. There are 3 main root letters, and the first of those root letters is called the fa, second is ra, ba, third is ba. Sorry, the third is called lam kalima. So any word, if I say to you, if I give you a word like kitab, right? What does kitab mean?
Book.
Book. Now, the 3 most important letters here are the first, the kaf, the ta, and the ba. The alif is not a root letter. That's an extra letter. The difference between alif and the others is the others are necessary for this meaning. The alif has been added here. It's extra. We can ignore that for now. That clear?
Yeah.
Now, in this case, what's the kaf?
Kalima.
Well done. The kaf is the fa kalima in this case. So in the first word daraba, the dad with the kaf. What's the ta?
The ta is the ain kalima.
And the ba?
Lam kalima.
Fantastic. So any Arabic word will have 3 root letters or more. There are more than 3. Sometimes there's 4 root letters. There can even be 5. But they're quite.
What would that be classed as then?
What are those called? Those are called the. Those don't have a particular name, but they have a repetition. You'll see when we get to those verbs will have a repetition. So they don't have a particular name. They will always, however, come back to these 3. And they're quite rare in Sarf. In Arabic, they don't come up very often. But you still, when I teach you Sarf and we start reading the tables together, we will cover up to 4 root letters, because some verbs fall on 4 root letters, and when we get there you'll see. But they often call the second lam kalima. So there's usually a second lam kalima. There's 2 lam kalimas. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
So if we go back to this and we just read here for a second, read this, Hussein.
Root letters in Arabic. Arabic words are built around root letters.
Asliya. Well done. Now you know the word huruf. Just let me stop. You know the word huruf is the jama, is the plural of harf. So harf means one letter. Huruf means many letters. And asliya means
Right.
original. So these are called huruf asliya. Yeah.
Which provide the core meaning. By adding letters to changing pronunciation, related words are formed. Example, root letters. Daraba, DRB, meaning hitting. Daraba, he hit. Darabu, I hit. La tadrib, don't hit. Each root
Now
letter
can
has
you
a
see?
name.
Just stop. Can you see these three versions of the word daraba? Daraba is is present in all of them. But in some of them, there's got a fatah, in some of them there's a la, in some of them there's a sakin. Those little changes is what Sarf teaches you. But the root of the meaning hitting comes from the words daraba. Carry on.
Okay, brilliant. Each root letter has a name in Arabic. The first root letter is called fa kalima. The second root letter is called ayn kalima. The third root letter is called lam kalima. Example.
Understood, both of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, let's move on. So now we know Sarf, what it is. We know what Nahaw is. We know that Sarf is concerned with changes in words in the word. We know that what's the second thing we covered? Verbs, nouns, and particles. We know what their definitions are. And now I've just introduced you to the concept of root letters, and you know that the main three root letters are the fa, ayn, and lam kalima. With me?
Yeah.
Now, listen carefully. Now, this is really important, but this won't make a lot of sense to you right now, but it will when we start going through Sarf. Now, when I teach you Sarf, I'm going to be teaching you all types of verbs and how they are structured. So there's lots and lots of ways a verb can change. So I'm going to teach you that by reading certain tables to you. But I want to introduce at a high level the different types of sections that fall within Sarf. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Now, how many back?
Yeah.
All right, last bit now. We're nearly finished, yeah?
Yes.
Now, everybody listen carefully. So, you know, Sarf, the whole of that science, in terms of verbs, is made up of 7 sections. Now, I need to prepare now. Close the door, please. Now, these 7 sections are with respect to, you know, the root letters we just spoke about.
Yeah.
Those root letters, depending on the types of letters that make up those root letters, they will fall under one of these 7 sections. The most important one and the most famous one is called Sahih.
Okay.
The first section out of the 7 is called
Sahih.
Sahih, right? Sahih. Now, the definition of Sahih, I won't go through right now. It's in the notes, but I don't want to overcomplicate things for you. 1 second. So, Sahih.
Your image is breaking up. You're really blurry.
Hopefully it'll get better now. My computer was glitchy a little bit. Now, you know, Sahih is when basically the 3 root letters that we just spoke about, that there is no. So, what basically Sahih is defined as when none of the root letters have a Hamza, have a Waw,
Yeah.
a Ya, or any repetition.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now, what does
Sahih
that
is
mean?
like.
Now look at Daraba. Now Daraba is from the first section, it's from the Sahih section. How do we know? Because look at the 3 root letters. Is there any Hamza?
Yeah.
Where's the Hamza?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No Hamza. No Hamza.
There's no Hamza, so no Hamza. Is there a Waw?
No.
No.
Is there a Ya?
No.
Is there any repetition? So are all the three root letters different?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's no repetition. Because none of these have been fulfilled, we know that it's a Sahih. This is a Sahih verb.
Does it only take one of those to be fulfilled for it to be
Yes.
sahih?
Yeah, no, if one of these are fulfilled, then it stops being sahih and it falls into one of the other 7 sections.
So they all have to be
So if it doesn't apply to any of them, it's that one.
Yeah. If none of these apply, then the verb is sahih. If these apply, then it's one of the other 6 sections. Now, there could be more than one. It can have a hamza and have a waw, or it can have a hamza and have repetition.
okay.
But I'll teach you that as we get through it. Right now, I just want you to understand what sahih is. Make sense?
Yeah.
Then the next thing I need to teach you is if the verb is sahih. So now you know what sahih is. So we know what sahih is. If the verb is sahih, there's going to be 2 sections from that. Either it's the verb is going to made, the verb just has 3 root letters and nothing extra. Or the verb has 3 root letters and extra letters. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Now, if it just has 3 root letters, we call it in Arabic thulathi, mujarrad, which means only 3.
Okay.
So is this still in the sahih category?
Yes, both of these fall within sahih. And then if it has 3 root letters and extra, we call it thulathi
Shu'ab.
mazid fi. Mazid fi. Now, don't worry about that too much, but this means additional letters.
6, 8, 9,
That makes sense now?
Yeah.
11.
Now,
Well-
let's go to your notes. And I'll quickly run through this with you, and then that finishes today's lesson. So
I haven't done any notes.
No, as in the note sheets that I gave you. Look on my screen now. Okay, Hussein, you read.
Sarf focuses on how root letters form words and is divided based on the nature of the root letters. 4.1 Sahih. A verb is sahih if its letters do not have a hamza, repeated letters, e.g. 2 of the same letter, waw or ya as root letters. Example: Kataba, he wrote, has root letters which means sahih, which meets sahih criteria.
Correct. Good. Amina, read.
Should I read from Hamza?
Now, just from sahih verbs. Hussein, focus, please. Yeah, carry on.
I can't see.
Sorry. I've changed it from you. Yeah, carry on.
Sahih verbs are further divided into thulath al-mujarrad, the verbs that are exactly 3 root letters and no extra letters. Example: Kataba, he wrote, has only kaf, ta, and ba. Thulathi mazid fihi, verbs with 3 root letters plus additional letters. Example: Kataba, he corresponded.
Kataba. Can you see after the kaf to the alif? Kataba.
Okay, kataba, he corresponded. Adds an extra letter. Is that alif?
Yeah, can you see the alif after the kaf is extra?
Okay, add an extra letter alif to kaf, ta, and ba.
Good. So that makes it thulathi mazid fi. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I'll give you a little table here to break down what we just did. Arabic is made up of 2 sciences, Nahaw and Sarf. Sarf has 7 sections. The first is called Sahih, and then we've got 6 others which we will get to later. And then Sahih breaks up into Thulathi Mujarrad and Thulathi Mazid Fi. Now, in Thulathi Mujarrad, there are 6 scales that we're going to cover, which I'll do next lesson with you. And the first scale is called Daraba Yadribu. I'll explain that to you next lesson, inshallah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Last thing, tenses in Arabic. So I'll quickly read through this with you, and then we'll finish, inshallah. So Arabic verbs have 3 tenses. Tenses means
Like a time.
time period, right? Past tense in Arabic is called fi'l madi. You'll learn this next time because when I start teaching you the tables, this will be there, but just be familiar with this word.
Papa, can I read?
Sorry?
Can I read?
Yes, if you want to.
Fi'l madi describes completed actions. Example, kataba, he wrote.
Now, look, why do we call it, what do we mean by completed actions? Because if it's past tense,
it's been
action's
done.
been done.
If it's present, he's doing it, and if it's past, if present, he hasn't done future done it.
Yeah.
Present / future tense. Fi'l
mudari.
Fi'al mudari describes ongoing or future actions distinguished by context. Example, yaktubu, he writes / will write.
Now, let me just stop for a second. You know, in English, we have different words for present and future. So, for example, we said, I am writing and I will write. In Arabic, you have the same word for both present and future.
You just have to use it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's how you use it in the context. People will know which one you're referring to. So for right now, for example, I'm teaching you. So I would say, u'allimukum. U'allimu means to teach. That means I am teaching you. But if I'm going to meet you tomorrow and I say, sanarakum ghadan wa u'allimukum, I will see you both tomorrow, and I'm using the same word, u'allimukum. Now it would mean
I will see you both.
I will teach you.
Okay.
You got it? So for now, I just need you to be familiar with these two words, fi'al madi and fi'al
mudarri.
Mudari. Okay? Don't worry about the examples and stuff because that won't mean anything to you right now. And the last thing is this active and passive. So before you read it, let me explain it to you. An active, we call this a voice. When you talk about a verb, you either the action is being done by somebody or it's being done to somebody. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for example, if I say I am teaching you, I am the actor. The verb is to teach, and what am I? I am the subject. I am doing the verb, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
So I am teaching you. What's that called? That's called the active voice.
Okay.
Right? Where's Hussein still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the passive voice is when the verb is done to the subject. So for example, what would that be? If the active voice is I am teaching you, what's the passive voice?
I have taught you.
That's past tense. Keep it present tense. I am being
taught.
Good. Now the verb is being done to me.
Right.
So when the active voice, we call it fi'l ma'ruf, and the passive voice, we call it fi'l majhul. Don't worry about it. I know it's a bit confusing. When I start teaching you Sarf, I'll go over it again and it'll make a lot more sense to you. But just remember one thing. When the subject does the verb, it's called active. When the verb is done to the subject, we call it passive. Passive. So read this. Arabic verbs have two voices. Active voice.
Active voice. الفعل معروف. The subject forms the action.
There, I'm gonna read passive voice.
Passive voice. The action is done to the subject.
Good. So look at the two examples. In the first one, darabal waladu, which means the boy hit. Second one, duribal waladu, it means the boy was hit. Can you see the difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah, thank you so much. Okay, what I want you to do before next lesson is I want you to go through this. There's some exercises that you can complete. They'll only take you a few minutes. But more importantly, I want you to memorize the key terms and understand it. So if I ask you next week, what's sarf? You can explain it to me. If I ask you what are the 3 categories of words, you can explain it to me. If I say what's the definition of sahih, you can explain. Does it make sense? Okay. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.